Hello, my dear friends, how are you? Being intelligent is something very important indeed. But despite all that, you may have seen some of the people, although they are intelligent, but they people are leading a very bad life. And they have become a liability for the whole of the family instead of being an asset. Why an intelligent person is behaving so badly? It is because they are lacking the emotional intelligence. Though they have a good IQ, they have good they have good intelligence quotient, but they are poor in the emotional quotient EQ or EI. So in that case, intelligence, a good IQ does not help at all, and that is why so many of the people in the world today, they are leading a very bad life since they are not having a good emotional intelligence. For all that reason, we have made it a topic of our discussion today how to develop how what is the emotional intelligence and why it is that much important to learn it, and then what are the ways to develop the emotional intelligence. So let's begin with the what is emotional intelligence. It is actually knowing your emotions better and regulating, controlling your emotions better. Don't be a controlless person. Don't just blurt out and don't behave in a reckless manner. Control yourself. Learn to understand, learn to manage your emotions. So that is called emotional intelligence, or call it an emotional skill as well. And this is the what is emotional intelligence. Now we are going to know why it is that much important, and there are five major reasons why being emotionally intelligent is so much important. The number one thing is that it is we will rather like to understand what are the signs and the symbols of being an emotionally intelligent person. First one is recognizing and understanding your own emotions. Recognizing and understanding your own emotions, so that is the reason number one, or that is the sign number one, that somebody is an emotionally intelligent person. Now the second, that is empathize with others. Recognizing and understanding your own emotions on the one hand, number two, empathizing with others and understanding what kind of emotion they are going in, what kind of thoughts and feelings will be there in the mind and hearts of those people, and how they are feeling. If I were in their position, I would have been doing the same thing. Now the third thing is that that is communicate effectively. Effective communication and learning to communicate your thoughts and your feelings without without much hurting the other people, without disrespecting the other people, without actually making the other person angry or aggressive, in quite an objective manner. That is communicating in a better way effectively. Number four, it is that managing the relationships. Learn to that is manage your relationships, being able to manage your relationships. So that is actually all that it is about. If at all the four of these things, recognizing and understanding your own emotions, empathizing with others, effective communication, and managing the relationships, so these are the signs of emotional intelligence. Moving forward, and then we will try to know why it is that much important, and there are five reasons that it is very important indeed to be an emotionally intelligent person. Number one, it is better relationships. Those people who are emotionally intelligent, they people are having much better relationships as compared to those people who are not emotionally intelligent at all. Now the second reason is that it is you need to be improved mental health. The second major benefit is improved mental health. Mental health is not any way lesser important than the physical health at all. And if at all somebody is not mentally healthy, it is impossible for them to become and to stay mentally healthy at all. So that is the second way, second reason, and it is called improved mental health. Now, the third major benefit is increased self awareness. We do understand about ourselves better. What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? What are my emotions? What are my values? And why I behave in this manner. So it is the increased self awareness, and the fourth reason why it is that much important, because it improves our communication, and we become effective communicator. So that is the reason number 4. And the fifth and the last, it is leadership and teamwork. We people, those people who are emotionally intelligent, they are seen doing much better teamwork, and they are better leaders as well. So the five of these are the reasons why it is that much important to become an emotionally intelligent person. After that, we will try to know what are the ways to develop it, and there are 8 tips that we can develop the emotional intelligence in ourselves. Now, the first thing is practicing self awareness, and it is recognizing and understanding your own emotions. Recognizing and understanding your own emotions, our own emotions. So, that is the tip number 1, that we can develop the self emotional intelligence. And now the second way, it is labeling your emotion. Identify and acknowledge your emotion. Identification and acknowledgement of your emotions. So that is the second way. That is the second tip, that we are emotionally intelligent person, and we can develop the emotional intelligence. Now the third tip is developing empathy, and it is trying to understand and trying to share the feelings of other, trying to understand on the one hand and trying to share the feelings of the other people. So that is the tip number 3, and it is called develop empathy. Now the fourth tip is that improved communication. And improved communication, practice active listening and clear expression as well. Practicing the active listening, be very attentive when somebody is talking, and then expresses very clearly. That is how we can improve our communication, and this is the tip number 4, that we need to do that. Now the tip number 5 is, that is manage stress. Managing the stress level, and it is develop healthy coping mechanism. And managing the stress, there are certain ways to do that, certain very important tips to manage your mental stress level. But it is a develop healthy coping mechanism. And now the tip number 6 is, that is seeking feedback from the other people. Ask for constructive feedback from other people. So that is, seeking the feedback. Now the tip number 7 is, that is practicing mindfulness. And it can be done by not to dwell in the past at all, not to regret about the past at all, learning whatever can be learned from the past, not to worry about the future, plan and prepare what you can, but learn to live in the present. That is staying present and staying focused on the one hand, and that too without judgment, staying present and staying focused. So that is also meditation. Meditate regularly. Also you can say that deep breathing exercises, and it is the practice of mindfulness. So now the eighth and the last tip is, that is develop conflict resolution. Developing the conflict resolution, and it is learning to manage conflicts effectively. Learning to manage the conflicts effectively. So these are the 8 very important tips about how can we develop the emotional intelligence but please do understand that being emotionally intelligent, it is extremely important thing if at all we want to live well, if at all we want to enjoy the life, if at all we don't want to become a burden upon the other people, if at all we don't want to become a nuisance upon the other people, if at all we don't want to be a toxic about other people, if at all we want to become a part of the solution instead of becoming a part of the problem. So that is how all can be done. But let me tell you again that we cannot lead a good life at all unless and until we are emotionally intelligent. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.